Hey guys, Tyler here from NNT Auto Reviews, and today we're going to be checking out a pretty cool little car. This is the 2017 Chevy Spark in the LS trim level. Now it's a really cool little car, it's got a lot to offer, so make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video. Before we get started, I'd like to thank Terryville Chevrolet in Terryville, Connecticut for allowing me to film the car in today's video. If you are interested in purchasing any Chevy, give them a call, stop by, or check out their inventory online. All their contact information can be found in the description box. So the LS trim level is the most base trim level that you can get on the Spark, and the only option it has are the front and rear floor mats. So the color of this particular Spark is called the Red Hot, and it's a really good looking bright red color, and it's one of 10 available color choices. So the Spark is only front wheel drive and only comes in the hatchback configuration. So now let's start going into the details here, starting with the headlamps. So our headlamps are halogen, reflector halogen, used for both your high and low beams. You also have your turn signals right here. And you do have daytime running lights as well. You have this really nice pattern for your grille. And a nice big Chevy emblem up front. So here on the LS Spark we have these 15-inch steel wheels with nice plastic covers. And the tires measure 185/55 up front, and you have 4 lugs. You do have disc brakes up front and drums in the rear. You have these nice mirrors right here, and your wheelbase measures 93.9 inches. So you have some nice body colored door handles here with the old classic lock. And here's your window sticker. You can go ahead and pause the video to get more details. You also have this really cool located door handle right here. You can kind of see the drums in there. The drums work perfectly good for small cars like this. So here you have these really nice restyled tail lamps. And you also have your Spark emblem in chrome. You have a nice little window back here with your third wiper and your antenna up top, and you also do have this nice little spoiler along the top there as well. Let me see, also back here you have your lens for your parking camera, and you have a little exhaust outlet underneath there. Let's go ahead and take a look under the hood. So under the hood we find a naturally aspirated 1.4 liter Ecotec dual overhead cam inline 4-cylinder engine producing 98 horsepower at 6,200 RPM and 94 pound-feet of torque at 4,400 RPM. Now that might not sound like a lot of horsepower and torque, but the car is very small, so it propels the car just fine. Now the hood does require a prop, but it's a nice small hood, so it's not very heavy. And you see you have your battery located up front too. Okay, so now let's go ahead and check out the interior. And this is your only interior color choice, and it's called Jet Black. So checking out your door panel, it's pretty much all black, and you have pretty much plastic covering everywhere. You have your door handle here and your manual crank windows. Easy to go up and down. You also have your manual mirror adjustments. You have a speaker down here, and it's one of 4 speakers. You also have a storage cubby right here. So right over here you have your automatic light controls and your gauge dimmer. You also have a traction control off button. Down here you have your hood release and your pedals covered in rubber so you don't lose your grip. And your seat is manually adjusting, but you do have height adjustments, so that's good. You have a really cool looking pattern there in the center of the seat there. So let's go ahead and hop in and check out the rest of the interior. So here's the key for the vehicle. It's a good old reliable key with no electronic buttons or anything like that. So all you need to do to start up is insert it into the hole and turn the key. And it starts right up. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out the steering wheel first. Now the steering wheel is wrapped in this really durable feeling rubber here. And you don't have any controls on the steering wheel because again it is the base model. But you have the nice Chevy emblem on the airbag cover. Behind the steering wheel you have your high beam controls as well as your turn signal. And you have a little menu button for the little information display there. Over here you have your front and rear wiper controls. And up here are your gauges. So you have your fuel gauge right here with a little tank and the arrow pointed to which side the tank is on. You also have your RPM gauge here, your speedometer, and that little display I mentioned earlier. So pressing the menu gives you a bunch of different menus. You have your oil life, and then you also have your mileage there. So over here we have our MyLink screen, and it's a really nice touchscreen display, especially in the base model. So this is our kind of home screen there, and we go ahead and check out the audio screen. So you have all your presets down here. You also have a gallery, your phone, projection. Now projection has to do with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We also have all our settings right here. And you also have your OnStar over there as well. And you always have this clock right here, your exterior temperature, the date. And it's a really nice little screen for a base model car. And you have this nice metallic accents coming all the way around and the gloss black as well, which make it look pretty nice. Down here you have your repetitive buttons, you have your phone screen, or your home screen rather. You also have your skip, your on-off, and your volume, as well as your phone button there. Now down here you have your four-way hazards. You also have your two air vents and your AC and heat controls. You have your fan speed here, recycling, front and rear defrost, and all your different zones. And down here you have an auxiliary USB and a 12-volt power outlet. You also have two cup holders right there. Now down here we have our gear selector, and this particular one does have the CVT transmission. You can also get a manual transmission, comes standard. And if you put it into reverse, we see our backup camera shows up with guidance lines that turn as you turn the steering wheel. We also have neutral, drive, and over into a low mode. But really nice looking gear selector. You have the nice gloss black and some chrome going around it, and the metallic accents on the gear boot right here. You have a manual parking brake, which is always nice to see. You also have little storage cubbies over here and a cup holder for the back passengers. You have a nice little cubby here, a shelf. Now moving up here, we have our rear view mirror. We have our OnStar and SOS controls. And up here we have our interior lighting. Up here we have our visors, and it has a little mirror there. We also have handles on the passenger side. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the back passenger space. So I'm not going to get in because the vehicle's floor mats are on the seat and the seats are covered, but just to give you a perspective back here, you have your door handle, your manual window, you also have a speaker back here. And you do have an okay amount of legroom back here, but it's expected not have a lot of legroom because of how small the car is. You have a nice bench seat back here. You kind of see the pattern there underneath the covering, and you have the all-weather floor mats right here. You have some coat hooks up there, and you have a gray headliner. So now let's go ahead and check out the front passenger space. So the passenger door is much like the driver's, actually almost identical. And the passenger seat is manual adjusted. You have a pretty good amount of space in the glove box there. And of course your carpeted floor mats would hook in place right there. So let's go ahead and check out the trunk here. Now you do have to open the trunk by using the key, but it's a simple turn of the key, and there's a little grab handle under here, and it'll come up for you like that. Now you have an alright amount of storage back here. It goes in nice and deep, and you see you have your carpeted floor mats back here. You also do have a cargo shade here that I believe you can remove. And you can close the trunk with this handle right here. So with the CVT transmission, you should be getting around 30 miles to the gallon in the city and 38 on the highway. Now with the manual you will get a little bit better, and you do have a 9-gallon fuel tank. So to wrap up this video, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this review of the 2017 Chevy Spark LS.